Hello. Okay, so if you guys have never seen a live chat of mine before, you know that I always, well, if you have not, I have a ton of issues with these every single time I try to do them. And I've done them on the vlog channel before, and it always takes me a little bit of time to get everything all straightened out. So as an example currently, let me see, make sure it's all going down. I like to pull up, okay, good, so that's working. I like to pull up the live chat in a separate box to make sure it's all working. I like to attempt to find the chat section because half the time it doesn't even show up on my computer, which is always an issue because obviously you guys will probably be writing comments somewhere and I always have to try to find them. So that's fun. And okay, but everything actually seems to be going pretty smoothly here. So anyway, hello guys. If you're in here and if you're watching, I would love for you to comment and say like hello, just so I know that somebody's here. It says we have viewers, which is awesome, but I don't know where your comments are going. So that's one of the issues that I always have here. It always takes me a little while to figure out where everything's going. So anyway, I'm wondering if the sun is going to be an issue. It's technically behind the house now, but it still seems kind of bright, and I don't know how long I'm planning on being on. So if that starts to set, I might have to leave and like turn on a few lights. So we're going to cross that bridge when we get there. So anyway, I have people commenting on Instagram, which is awesome. Oh, I just closed a tab. Hold up. I swear, I'm not as technologically sound as I should be for making YouTube videos. Okay. Did I find it? Okay. Okay, now. Hi! Okay, good, I can see your comment. There's a comment section and I can read it. Yay! Okay, perfect. Okay, so now I know where to look to read comments on here. The only issue with comments on YouTube is that they're really delayed. So if you write something, it's in the comment section on YouTube, it's going to take a little bit of time for me to actually respond to them. Kind of a bummer, but that's also why I try to connect with you guys on Instagram and on Twitter too, because it's faster. It's just a lot faster than the YouTube comments tend to be, which is kind of weird. They should probably fix that, but anyway, I'm going to hop on Instagram here really quick and read your comments. Let's see. Okay, XOXO Marie asks, when do y'all plan on having a baby running around the house? That's probably directed at me and Blake, and not for a while because I'm not interested in it right now. I mean, I used to babysit a whole lot, but babysitting is way different than actually having a child and caring for a child for 18 plus years, and I'm not really into that right now. So probably minimum like 5 to 7 years. So that's our plan so far, and I think we can stick to it pretty well, actually. So, second question is, XOC asks, what would you say are some pros and cons to being married to an airman? I want to share what you say to my girlfriend. Oh, okay. So, honestly, the fact that Blake is in the military is a very minor part of our relationship. It is so minor that I used to think about it a lot more before he went to basic, but I didn't marry him as somebody who I didn't marry him because he was in the military. That sure sped up things a lot, but it's the pros and cons are just the same as any other relationship, I think. So, I mean, I love him, which is a pro. There's not really any cons aside from future deployments, maybe. That's going to suck, and that's kind of something you don't really have in a civilian relationship, but it's something that we haven't been through yet, so I can't really speak about it and how that's going to work. But any other aspect of our relationship is super normal. Like, we are very normal human beings, so it's just like any other relationship, I guess. Every relationship has their ups and downs and their pros and cons, so that's just part of ours, I guess. Okay, I'm going to hop on over to Twitter really quick. Oh, yay! I'm glad you guys are being able, like, are able to watch this live chat. It's always so difficult. I mean, okay, so from my view, I see a totally different space than what you guys might see because I'm broadcasting, and so like I see a totally different screen. So it makes me nervous that I can't see what you guys are seeing unless I pull it up in like a totally different tab. So sometimes when I do live chats, I get super nervous that something's going wrong and I can't tell. So anyway, I hope everybody is doing well. I have no idea how long I'm going to be on. So mainly I just wanted to sit down, and I'm feeling really talkative today, if you guys couldn't tell. So I just wanted to sit and chat with you guys and say, what's up? I also have not uploaded a video on this channel in a super, super long time. I think like 2 weeks now. And that's primarily because I have a video that's literally being edited right now. Actually, let me pull it up really quick. Oh, I edited the vlog last. Hold up. Hold up. Whoa, things got, oh, here we go. So the video that I'm editing right now for this channel is really long, and I am trying to cut it down as much as I humanly can because it's so long, there's no way I'm uploading it in the state that it's in right now. And kind of a bummer, and it's taking just a really, really long time to edit. So I have a video that's going up on this channel hopefully soon, but I don't know. Like right now, it's literally 1 hour and 3 minutes long, which is a little bit unbelievable. There's a lot of space in there though, so like it's not actually 1 hour and 3 minutes long, but that's how long the raw footage was. So I can talk up a storm. That's my issue with video editing. Okay. So let me find my other space here. All right. View all comments. Hey! I'm so glad that everybody's here. This is so much fun. Okay. So, I'm like shouting in my own house right now. It's great. Katie Lindsay asked on Twitter, what's your best tip for saving money? Not spending it is a good step. No, but for real, for a really long time, when we had to repair the Kia, and if you guys don't know, we had a lot of issues with our car for a really long time, and we had to get the wheel bearings fixed. We recently got new tires, and we had to get the ball joints fixed, plus oil changes and gas and everything. Like, it came to a head at once, and we had to put so much money into our car. And, well, okay, maybe not so much money, but it was a lot of money for us at that time because we were between paychecks when everything happened. And then everything did happen, and it was like, it was bad. Like, we had, like, not a lot of money. And basically, that little incident that we had pretty much taught us that we need to have an emergency fund, and we can't spend any like money on fun things until we have a more significant emergency fund, because we pretty much depleted a lot of it when we had to repair the car. So right now we have to build up the emergency fund, and we did a lot of research on what kinds of what people suggest for saving money, for budgeting, for amounts to have in an emergency fund, and a lot of people said have at least 3 to 6 months living expenses in one bank account as an emergency fund. So that's a lot to save up and a lot of money to put into an account all at once. And right now, we're just going to start putting a ton of money into an emergency fund, so if things like that happen, then we don't really have to stress about it, because that was stressful. When we had to pay for the car, that was incredibly stressful for a little bit of time. And then, so once you have the emergency fund established, a savings account is definitely necessary. And the way that we're doing it, we have, let's see, me and Blake have a joint account, and that's where all of the bills are paid out of, and that's where all of our money goes. But then we both have our own little separate accounts too, and Blake puts like a little bit of money in that account, every month, and then I put a little bit of money in my account every month, and those are kind of like our little fun expenses. So we'll spend a lot of my money on going out and going to get dinner and stuff like that, and then we'll spend some of his money on things like clothing and stuff like that, and that actually works out really well for us. So I think the biggest part when it comes to budgeting and saving money is just knowing where all your money is going and putting it in spots where, like, put money in all of these little different spots and have everything in a spreadsheet or something so you know exactly how much you have at every time that you look into it. So for example, we use mint.com. If you guys have not done any budgeting whatsoever, mint.com, literally mint.com, is a really awesome resource to kind of get you started on budgeting if you've heard it before, and it basically just puts all of your bank information, and it does everything for you. It's magic. So that's what we've been doing recently, and that's been working out pretty well for us. That was a really long answer, but I hope my rambling made some sort of sense at some point. Okay, let me see. I'm hopping on over to Instagram really quick. Oh. Does anybody's Instagram not update? Because sometimes mine just doesn't update ever. Okay. Fabinarez? I'm not saying that right, but I see your comments all the time, and you're an amazing human being. Tips for starting a YouTube channel. Make a YouTube channel about something that you're interested in and something you could spend hours talking about. So for me, I could talk about beauty things for a really, really long time, and I'm really interested in it. So as long as you're actually invested and interested in what you're talking about, the rest is cake. You do need at least okay lighting, like at least okay. As long as you have a window, you're pretty much set. So film in front of a window, because that's the easiest way to get everything illuminated all at once. So good lighting, moderate lighting, sit in front of a window when you film is a good tip. So lighting, in this day and age, I do think you need to have an HD camera. I don't think you can do YouTube efficiently without having HD footage. The good news is that HD cameras are getting so affordable that that shouldn't be too much of an issue. So talk about something you're interested in, have good lighting, HD camera, practice. Like, just literally just sit in front of your camera and just talk. Just talk. Get used to the camera being there and treat it like it's a human being. And I know that sounds kind of weird, but talk to the camera like you talk to a friend, and it makes everything so much easier, and it makes you a little bit more relatable, and those are the biggest tips. You do need to have some sort of editing software. You don't need to buy like a big MacBook Pro or anything like that to edit efficient videos. You can if you're just doing like basic jump cuts, you don't need a fancy rig to do editing. So, and most editing systems have some sort of like free trial that you can use and kind of test it out and get used to it and everything like that. So I guess those are the biggest 5 tips. Talk about something you're interested in, lighting, HD camera. What was the other one? I don't remember. Point number 4. Editing. It takes practice. It really. Oh, that was the 4th one. Practice. Just sit in front of the camera and just talk and get used to the camera being there, basically. Let's see. Does it say comments have been disabled? Thank you for putting that in Instagram, because I did not disable comments, and this is one of the issues I think we have with live chats. Hold up 1 second. I'm going to see if comments have actually been disabled, and if they have, I'm going to enable them again. Live control room. Okay, let me see. Broadcast alert. Hi. Yeah, I'm only seeing the comments that have already been here for a little while. Hold up, let me see. Advanced. Video language, captions. It says it's allowing comments, but okay, save changes, hold up. Allow comments all. Okay, I saved it. Maybe that fixed it. I'm not really sure. Resume Hangout on air. Okay. Oh, hold up. Okay. Oh gosh, I'm doing too many things. Close that. Okay. 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 If you can comment, you should comment and let me know. Or if you can't, tell me on Instagram or Twitter. Okay. So, the other part of that was, hold on, it's updating again. Pink Curly Top, tell us about the new puppy. I don't have a new puppy currently, and we would like to get a new puppy, but again, that kind of goes into the money thing. Like, yeah, we don't really want to. It's expensive. I mean, like, it's not just the actual getting of the puppy, but it's just more food. It's more like grooming stuff. It's another crate. That crate that we got Noelle was a surprising like 120 bucks. It was like a little bit more expensive than I actually thought it was going to be. So we'd have to get another crate, and so all of that stuff, it's just expensive. So we're going to probably wait a little bit, and then we also have to think about it's August now. My birthday's in October, and Christmas is like it's going to sneak up on us, and it's going to be here like sooner than we know. So we have to figure out what we're doing for Christmas. And if that means, if we're thinking about going home for Christmas, excuse me, which I would like to do, that means we have to buy like plane tickets, and that's expensive, and presents for people, and that's expensive. So puppy's kind of like the last thing on the totem pole at the moment. So we're not going to be getting a new puppy like soon, but I mean, I would like to. I love puppies, but I can't do that right now. Hold up, let me see. Hannah asked, how old are you? I am 21 years old. I will be 22 on October 18th. Let's see. Ooh, a shower routine or hygiene routine. I've seen those around. I actually really like those. Yeah, I can totally film those videos. Those are great videos to film. Any routine videos, I love watching routine videos. Morning routines, night routines, I love them. I love them. Okay, let's see. Do you have any hair style, cut, or dye that you've always wanted to do? Oh, Savannah on Twitter asked, do you have any hair style, cut, or dye that you've always wanted to do? So my mom has incredibly curly hair, like really curly hair. Like she would have an afro if she grew it out. I have always been kind of jealous of her for having like insanely curly hair. She looks like she belongs in the 80s all the time. If I could make my hair that curly, that would be awesome. But I look so much like my mom, and I don't want to look like my mom. I love my mom, and she's a gorgeous lady, but I want to look like me. You know what I mean? That would be like looking into a mirror. That'd be scary. As for color, I've been rocking the red. I've been really liking red hair, and I don't know. I really like bright, unnatural colors. That would be really fun to do, except for the fact that my hair has already been previously bleached, and I don't want to bleach it again until a lot of it, at least until a lot of it has grown out, because if I bleach it again, this part, like this down here, has already been bleached. This is like bleached hair. So if I wanted to do a bright, unnatural color, I would have to bleach it again, and I don't have the ability to really. I don't want to ruin my hair, so I'm not going to do that now. But maybe later down the road or something. I've been really liking red. And as for cut, do you remember like Rihanna circa 2006 when it was like that really like sleek, posh, like. They call it, what is it called? It's like an angled bob, I think it's just what it is, and it's like shorter in the back and longer in the front. I love those haircuts, but my hair is too fluffy to do it, for lack of a better term. So I won't be doing, I don't know, right now I'm growing my hair out, I think. I don't know, I never know what I'm doing with my hair. It's different every day. Sometimes I like to do crazy things, and sometimes I like to just leave it in a bun and let it go. Like right now it's just in a ponytail, and it's just going to stay in a ponytail because I don't want to deal with it right now. That was, again, like a really long answer to probably a really not so complicated question. Okay, hold up. I need to pull up this again. Okay, pause. Let's see. Loading, loading, loading. I'm doing a ton of different things at once. Why aren't you loading? Okay, whatever. I don't need you to load anyway. Whatever. So, I'm chilling here on a Friday night. I don't really know what I'm doing tonight. I don't know when Blake's getting home from work, and I don't know what our plan is. But yesterday he came home from work, and he was all ominous, and he was like, so a few of the guys are going to take me out, and we're going to go do some fun things tomorrow. And I was like, oh, okay, go have fun. That'll be great. And he's like, oh, you don't want to come? And I was like, I wasn't aware I was invited, nor do I know what that even means. So I don't know what we're doing tonight, if we're going to be going out and doing things, but I don't know. I kind of just wanted to hang out in here and chill with you guys. So that's what I'm doing now. That's my long-winded explanation on why I'm doing a live chat right now. Anyway, when will you post the chocolate chip cookie recipe? A long time ago. Okay. How long ago? Hold up. I'm on Instagram right now. I can actually check. A while ago, I posted a picture. Yes, here they are, the most delectable chocolate chip cookies in the entire world. I posted this on Instagram 12 weeks ago, and I have been meaning to film this chocolate chip cookie recipe for the past 12 weeks. And so there's two sides of this. There's the part of me that's like, I really want to film this video just so I can get it up on YouTube. And so I'll have it, and people will watch it, and they'll be able to experience these delectable cookies with me. But at the same time, this recipe makes like 4 dozen cookies. And I don't want to eat 4 dozen cookies because I'll get a tummy ache. And I don't, last time I made those cookies, I sent them away with Blake to work, and I think all of his coworkers ate them like super, super quick. So I'm hoping, I don't trust myself. Like, sweets are my weakness. Like, I have the biggest sweet tooth in the entire world. If I make cookies, I'm gonna eat so many of them that I get the biggest bellyache in the entire world. And so that's part of why I've been putting off filming the cookie video, because I know that I'll have to eat them. I'll have to do something with them when I'm done. So if I do film the video, I need help. For any cooking video requires a little bit of help, because I need Blake to be like with the camera, like filming what I'm doing, because I don't have free arms, so I can't like hold the camera and stir at the same time. So I'll need Blake's help. But then also we have to figure out what to do with them when we're done. Maybe I'll just send them to you guys. You guys can eat the cookies. I love baking. I don't like the way I feel after I eat a ton of baked goods. Let's see. Do you have any advice for career planning? Exocara Nicole asks on Instagram. My dream is to be a makeup artist, but my mom encourages me a more stable job. Should I follow my passion or get a career I'm not happy with but make money? So this is a really personal question, because my parents drilled into my head when I was a kid that I needed to get a good job so I could make lots of money. But it was almost like their story ended there. Like they didn't have a goal in mind. And my end goal in life, for me personally, is not to make a lot of money. I think my biggest goal in life is to see a lot of amazing things, meet a lot of incredible people, and get a job that enables me to be able to do those things in order to fulfill those goals. So if your goal is to make a lot of money so you can live a lifestyle that you want to live, that's up to your standards, then makeup artistry maybe might not be able to, you might not be able to afford the lifestyle you want with that job. That being said, you'll be doing something you love. If it's something you really, really, truly want to do, then you have to be the decision maker in that. You know, I can't tell you whether or not you will be satisfied with less money and be happy, or if you'll be more satisfied with more money and less overall happiness. So it's really up to you. I just know that I personally have seen my mom work like 80-hour weeks doing things that she hates to do, only to take home a paycheck that I don't think is super significant. And I don't want to be like her when I'm older, or be like my dad when I'm older, for that matter, because they both work incredibly hard. And to me, from an outsider's perspective, it doesn't look worth it to me. It wouldn't be worth it to me. They haven't gone on a vacation since I was 8 years old. So it's been over a decade since my brother has been on a plane, like to a vacation destination, because they've been working so hard. And I don't want that. I love the idea of working enough so I can afford to do the things I want to do, but I don't. If money has to be crunched for a little bit so I can be happy, I personally would rather that be the case, if that makes sense. So it's really up to you. You are in charge of your destination. You're in charge of your destiny and everything you want in life. And even if your parents say that makeup artistry is not the job for you because you won't make any money, it's your life, and you kind of have to make that decision for yourself. It's up to you. I can't even tell you what to do. That's totally up to you. So that's all I have to say about that. Let's see. Hold up. I have an email. Jessica Newman, subscribe to me on YouTube. Okay. I'm gonna see if comments are enabled on here. It's still loading. What? Hold up. That's what I was trying to make load earlier. The comments weren't loading at all. Ah! Yes, I can see your comments now. Okay. So, Drag to Resize, here we go. What is your favorite type of braid? Andrea Torres asked. My favorite type of braid? I really like Dutch braids. And I really, really, really like the look of fishtail braids, but I haven't perfected the way of doing it. And I know it's supposed to be pretty easy. Like, it's just like, what is it, like 2 strands, and then you do baby braids that kind of like go in, and I don't know, I feel like my hair isn't the right texture to do fishtail braids. Like, it's either not long enough or it's not thick enough, so it never looks quite right. But I love the look of it on anything else. So, yes. Let's see. Just cut the recipe in half for the cookies. I probably could do that. Yeah. But then it's not like the full recipe. So then it's not showing the full recipe on YouTube. So that's the issue with that. I don't know. Oh, cool. Okay. Sorry, I'm doing all kinds of things on here. All right. Yeah. Favorite braid would probably be Dutch braid if I could. I love the look of Dutch braids, and I love the look of fishtail braids. I just wish that it looked better in my hair. So, okay. Yay! That's what I have to say about that. Did you guys know that Blake has never seen Forrest Gump before, and I showed it to him the other day for the first time, and he thought it was the most amazing movie he's ever seen. So every time I say, and that's all I have to say about that, I just think of Forrest Gump giving like this big speech after he got back from Vietnam for like that protest on the National Mall. Yep, that's what I think about. That's such a good movie. I think, yeah, I watched it it's on Twitter, or not Twitter, it's on Netflix. That's where I watched it, and he loved it. If you have not seen Forrest Gump, you should watch Forrest Gump, and if you, but you should know it's like 2.5 hours long, so you need an attention span for that one. Okay. Let's see. Hold up. I need to go through who I follow everywhere, because I swear I am following a ton of people on Twitter that I don't even know. Like, their name will pop up and I'll be like, I don't even remember following you. I don't know who you are. And also, one time I went through my Twitter list and to do the same thing, to kind of like clean everybody out, because I'm like, I don't even know who you people are. And there were like 15 people in there that I swear I never followed. Like, they were not people, like, I have no idea who they were. And so, and they had, I don't know, they must have like somehow sneakily like got onto lots of people's Twitter feeds or something and like followed, like, I don't know, it was weird. They had like ridiculous amounts of followers and stuff too, and I was like, I don't know who you are. It was weird. So, I don't know. That happened. Have Lexus1025 asks on Instagram, have you seen The Green Mile? I have not seen The Green Mile. Is that something on Netflix that I should watch? Maybe that's what I'll do tonight. I'll just watch a ton of Netflix movies. Rachel Johnson, I just found out you were having a chat. I am having a chat, girl, right now. And I'm having fun. This is fun. This is like the best way to spend a Friday night. I don't need to do anything else but just hang out and just talk to my computer. It's the best way to spend the day. Okay. Wait. I'm gonna get my water. Okay. I need to find a new way to hold this laptop though. It's like the least flattering angle, but you guys have seen me with like you guys have seen me in way worse positions. Speaking of, I'm pretty sure I actually said that in today's vlog, which should be live right now, assuming it went up okay. Let me check that really quick. I don't want to log into that one because now, where is that? Okay, good. It's up. Good. I just had to double check. I didn't want to have to log out and log into that other account that has the vlog channel like attached to it, because if I did that, I think I would accidentally end this, and I don't want to end this. So, okay. So, thanks for answering my question about the braids. No problem. You guys are great. I'm so happy. This is so much fun. I don't know if you guys can hear this, but Noelle is behind me in her crate. Ugh. She's totally covered right now because she's like napping. And she's snoring so loudly right now. It's crazy. Okay. Let's see. Pink Curly Top on Instagram said, update on your skin routine. So, a few weeks ago, I think about a month ago now, I got in contact with basically this like online, this sounds really sketchy when I talk about it out loud, but it's really not that sketchy at all. It's called Pocket Derm, and it's an online dermatologist, essentially, like totally board certified actual dermatologist online, and they basically sell this product that is designed to fix your skin, whatever your skin, okay, that's not true. They sell a product that is built to fix acne if you have acne, and I suffer from acne quite well, if you guys didn't, quite a lot if you guys didn't already know. And so I went online to Pocket Derm, I created an account, and I got sent this bottle of stuff, and it's really, really cool, and I think it works pretty well. It definitely took away a lot of redness that I was experiencing. As for actually eliminating acne, I think that it might be too soon to tell so far. I think I have to use it a little bit longer, but the way it all works is that I'm just like washing my face morning and night most days. A lot of the times I won't wash my face in the morning because I got dry skin, man, and it does not feel good to go to bed and wake up and wash your face in the morning a lot of the time. At least in my experience, I don't like to wash my face a whole lot in the morning. And so sometimes I'll wash my face in the morning, especially if I was wearing like a ton of makeup the night before or something like that, but then I will put on this cream that was given to me by the dermatologist online, and it's like, let me pull up the prescription actually, because I can just tell you guys what's in it. Log in. Okay, it's 0.018% tretinoin, 1% clindamycin, and 8% azelaic acid. So tretinoin is the active ingredient in Retin-A, which is really, really great for like sloughing off dead skin. Clindamycin is an antibiotic, I think a topical antibiotic, and then azelaic acid, I believe, is something that brings down redness. And so I think it's doing an okay job so far, but I'm not super confident if it's something that's going to work or not. But I'm actually filming like the whole process of everything. I took before pictures, and I've taken like during pictures. They're not really after pictures because I'm still doing it. But I've been doing that on my face. It's this topical acne medication for about a month now, and I'm pretty happy with it so far. I think it's too soon to tell if it's really like doing a really, really good job, but I'm not really sure. Also, I should say, the other cool thing about Pocket Derm is that it's an actual dermatologist behind the screen that you're talking to. So I can send her my particular dermatologist. We call her Dr. S. And it's like a little IM service, like instant messaging, that I can literally send her an email any time of the day, any questions I have about anything that I'm doing, and she will give me recommendations or talk me through it and tell me exactly what I'm doing and how that specific thing may be helping or harming my skin, which I think is pretty cool. So she also prescribed me doxycycline, which is it's an actual antibiotic that I'm supposed to take morning and night, but honestly, I have been really, really bad about taking it twice a day, so that's kind of a bummer. And then she recently told me that I should pick up, hold on, let me see, what did she say? She said, thanks for the update. Your skin is looking better, and it's been less than a month. Let's see. She said that I should try a zinc bar soap, which is pretty cool. And then she sent me an Amazon link to one that she recommends. And then she also said a benzoyl peroxide, like actual cleansing cream. So then she sent me an Amazon link to one that she recommends there. And they both have really good reviews. I have not bought these things yet because I haven't yet, and I probably should because, yeah, she probably knows what she's talking about, but I guess we'll see. So this is one of those things that I'm not really sure how long I'm going to stay on it, just kind of depending on how it reacts with my skin. So far, so good, but I'm not sure if it's like, I think it works better for some people than it does for others, and I don't know where I lay yet. So I don't know how long I'm going to do it, but hopefully it'll be a lot better. So, let's see. Okay. Hi, Katie. Oh, Sindel Johnson 19 asks or says, "Hi, Katie. I love your videos and vlogs. Have you thought of doing cooking videos? I love cooking videos, and I talked about this a little bit earlier. The problem with cooking videos is that I need a helper to film them, Blake, and so we're kind of limited in when we can film them because he's working every day except for the weekends. So we can only film them during the weekends, and then on the weekends, a lot of the time we like to either graze or we'll go out and eat out, or I don't know. It just takes a lot of planning. So I love doing cooking videos. I think they're fantastic. I just have to. They take a lot of planning, so I just have to actually do that. So. Yay! Yay! Emmeline J. I'm so happy. Okay. Scrolling up. Alright. So, that's all that. Let me hop out over here. Is Blake at work? My hubby's on swings. Yeah, Blake is at work right now. Blake is also on swing shift. When he's on swing shift, he works from 3:30 in the afternoon until 11:30 at night. So he won't be home for quite a while unless maybe they come home early. But they've had to work really, really late for the past couple of Fridays. There was a period of time where he was coming home early, like more times than he was actually staying for an entire day. So if he comes home early, he'll text me and be like, yo, it looks like we're coming home early. Actually, I'm going to send him a text really quick and say I miss him and that I wonder how work's going. So, Okay. So I'm not really sure when he's going to be home. If he's working a full swing shift, 11:30, that means he'll be home around midnight, so that's kind of lame. Let's see. Do you play The Sims? I used to play The Sims so much, and I think I actually... Do I still have it on here? Do I still? I do. I have Sims on here. The only problem I have with Sims is that I'm not the biggest fan of EA, because EA does really messed up things with their video games that they put out. Like, I heard that when Sims 4, I think, comes out, that they're getting rid of, like, the toddler phase. Like, they're getting rid of the toddler, and you just go straight from infant to child. And I'm like, you can't just take out a feature that you've had in, like, every Sims game since Sims 1. So, I don't know. I used to play it a lot more. I'll go through phases when I play Sims, and I will play it on, like, for, like, hours on end, and then I'll get bored of it, and I'll stop playing it for a really long time, like months. And then I'll go back on, and I'll get sucked in, and I'll play it for a long time, and then I'll get bored. And so Sims is great if I need to waste a day. It's awesome. It's a good way to waste a day. So 2:30 to 11-ish. Yeah, 8 a.m. to 11:30 p.m. That's a long time. Chelsea Thomas asks, any tips for moving to your first duty station in the Air Force, place to stay, etc.? It all seems so overwhelming. There's not really... Let's see. When we moved, we stayed mostly, I think, at Motel 6s, like really cheap places. And having a checklist is good, and then keep all the receipts. Keep every receipt that you ever get when you're moving, because you can get reimbursements for that kind of stuff. So we put all of the receipts we ever got for the entire time we were moving, we put into like a little like binder thing. It was like a flip folder, and we just kept all of those for when we actually got to Nellis. And we stayed at the Nellis temporary lodging for a little bit, and then Blake got his house hunting days, and so he got 10 house hunting. No, was it 10? I think it's up to 10 housing days that we could find an apartment, and that's when we first moved into our first apartment. So tips, just live within your means, and good luck, because it's stressful. Moving is not easy, and once you're done, it's like the biggest weight is off your shoulders. So it's tough. It's not the toughest thing in the world, but it is not fun. Moving is not fun. Even I forgot that I hated moving until we packed up the apartment and we had to move into this house, and it was like, I don't want to move. Moving is no joke. Okay, let's see. Oh gosh. Jag to resize. All right. Any BMT advice or tech school advice? The Beauty Diary asks. Oh gosh. Basic training is hard. That was literally the hardest period of me and Blake's relationship, was when he was away for basic training. It was hard. It's hard because you don't have that communication. But the biggest thing that helped me was just staying really, really busy. Like, literally throw yourself into ton of work or schoolwork or friend relationships or working out or a new hobby. Just throw yourself into something to keep you busy, because when you're busy, you don't have time to think about missing them. And that sounds kind of cheesy, but that was the biggest piece of getting through basic training, was just staying busy so you couldn't focus on missing them. And then write every night. Talk about the cool things that you did and send them in a letter. And it kind of helps collect your thoughts a little bit. And it's relaxing, and it's therapeutic to just write out everything that happened to you in a day in a letter. That was the biggest thing for us. Just stay busy and then write a lot. Write frequently. Also, keep your phone on you at all times with the volume up as loud as it can possibly go, because you never know when you're going to get that call. Yeah. Let's see. Rachel asked, hey, Katie, I know you watch my vlogs every now and then, but have you seen my last one? I don't think I have not watched your last one. I think I'll have to do that. Let's see. Sindel Johnson 19 asks, my husband is in Shepherd Air Force Base for tech school. Do you know of anything we could do? I heard there is nothing to do there. You'd be correct. There is not a whole lot you can do at Sheppard Air Force Base. Let's see. When I went and visited Blake, I visited Blake twice. When he was at Sheppard, I visited in April and I visited in May of 2013. And when I went the first time, I was with Blake's mom, and during the day, Blake was in class. So we literally just stayed in the hotel room, like, all day long, just chilling, just hung out. There was, like, not a whole lot to do. We went to a couple different restaurants, and there's a movie theater you can go to, and there was, like, a pretty good Mongolian barbecue place, like Mongolian Grill, that we went to a few times, and that was good. There's a mall, but the mall's kind of small, and there's the actual Wichita Falls. If you wanted to go see that, it's like a waterfall, which I was kind of excited about, but it was kind of dirty, and so that was kind of a bummer, but it gave us something to do. So, I mean, like, we just spent a lot of our time just kind of walking around and trying to, honestly, when I visited Blake, we didn't care what we did as long as we were together. We were like just chilling. We took naps in the hotel room. We just walked. We went on a lot of walks, and we just held hands. And there's not a whole lot for you to do in Wichita Falls at Sheppard Air Force Base, but that's kind of a blessing in disguise, because then you can focus on actual time being spent with your significant other. So that's what we ended up doing. It actually worked out pretty well for us, I think. So that's what I would suggest. But if you actually want to do something, that's what the movie theater is for. That's like the only redeemable quality of Wichita Falls. That was not a fun place to be, but it was better than nothing. Let's see. Oh, my husband, Instagram names. Annalias, I think is your name. My husband is going to Minot Air Force Base. Do you know anything about it? I know that it's cold. I know that I personally have never been there, but everything I hear about it is that it's cold, and there's not a lot to do there. Don't listen to people that tell you it's the worst place to be, because there's always somewhere that you would rather be. Like, and that's true of any other base, I think. There's always somewhere you'd rather be. So any base that you end up going to is really what you make of it. And even when I was just talking about Sheppard, like Sheppard, from an objective standpoint, I was there for like a week. It wasn't like my favorite place in the world, and that's okay, but I think there's probably somewhere worse for me to be personally, because everybody has different wants and different needs when it comes to being stationed somewhere. A lot of people like a smaller town with maybe less going on, but more of like a family atmosphere, whereas a lot of other people would rather be in like a big city with maybe not as close-knit of a community, but more actual things to do. So it really just kind of depends on what you want. You're going to get a lot of people telling you that Minot is the worst place that you could possibly be in the Air Force, and I don't think that's true, because I think it's really true that every base is what you make of it. So you'll enjoy it if you try really hard to enjoy it, and that'll either be easy or it'll be hard. And I remember when we first moved here to Las Vegas, I hated it. I hated Las Vegas. I hated it so much because it was so hot, and the people were not friendly, and I was not happy here. And what ended up happening was, I think I was homesick, and it wasn't that bad. It just took me a little while to actually realize that it wasn't that bad. So every base is what you make of it, and you just kind of have to keep that in mind when you move, because it could either be pretty awesome or it could suck. It kind of depends on your actual outlook on life, so to speak, if that makes sense at all. Okay, I need more water. Okay. Okay. I hope you guys are doing well. What is this live stream about, Bishop Eric? Honestly, I don't really know. I don't even know what this live stream is about. This is me just kind of hanging out with you guys, just talking up a storm. I really wish there was more. Like, I wish the comments on here were more quickly updated, because it would make it seem more like I'm actually talking to you, whereas right now it's so delayed. You know what I mean? Emma Morris asks, do you have any tips on how to deal with moving around so much with military postings in terms of finding jobs, staying in touch with family, and homesickness, etc.? I think the biggest thing with dealing with moving a lot, honestly, it depends on your job, because I know that we probably will not move a whole lot with Blake's job, because he can't be stationed anywhere. He can be stationed in like one of 3 bases. So we're probably going to be here for quite a while. But staying in touch with friends and family back home, it really takes initiative. Like, you have to be able to reach out to them, because they're probably like, I'm jealous because Blake's family reaches out to him a lot. Like, they talk to him a lot, which is fantastic. So that he kind of has it a little bit easier, whereas my family, I'm the one that kind of has to reach out to them and be like, hey, I love you, I miss you, and when we talk, it's like totally fine. Like, they feel the same way, but they're so busy back home that they don't. I'm the one reaching out to them. And that's true, I think, of any relationship you have back home. Like, you have to be the one to reach out to your friends, because they might not want. That's the wrong word. They might not reach out to you. It's not that they might not want to reach out to you. It's just that they have their own things going on, and reaching out to you might be the last thing on their mind. I'm so tongue-tied. But. So you have to be that person. You have to reach out to them. You have to take the initiative to reach out to them. And that's true no matter where you're stationed. And that's something that I have had to learn, because when Brandon was in town, my friend Brandon was here this past weekend. He was here. That's crazy. And my relationship with Brandon has been really, really good for the most part. We had like a little turbulent relationship there for a while. He's very protective of Blake. He was Blake's friend before me, and when we first started dating, he was like, I'm not sure of this lady Blake. I don't know about her. So for a while we had like a tense relationship, but we're so tight now, and I love Brandon, and I have to make sure that I'm reaching out to Brandon consistently, because if we don't, then we kind of lose contact, and that's when relationships kind of start to fall apart. And that's true of any romantic relationship or any friendship or any kind of relationship. If you don't talk, what kind of relationship is that? So that's the biggest tip. Just make sure you reach out to them. And for actually moving, save up as much money as you can, because moving is expensive. As for terms of finding jobs, a lot of the time on bases, I know that's true of Nellis anyway, like the base that's near us, they offer like assistance with trying to find spouses jobs. So I guess try to find a field, like a job field that you can do from anywhere. Like, don't go into marine biology if you're going to be based in Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? Do something that you can do just about anywhere. A lot of spouses go into like nursing and stuff like that. Dentistry is a big one too, because everyone needs a dentist and everyone needs nurses. So jobs that are kind of in higher demand like that when you're moving around are kind of good choices. And you can also do like you can work from home. A lot of military spouses do like Etsy things where they sell things online. I mean, yeah, that's pretty much it. You just kind of have to find jobs that are easily transferable from one place to another. Yeah, that makes sense. I love your hair. Thank you. And where is Noelle? Noelle is taking a nap right now. She's behind me. She's in her crate right there. It's covered in blankets right now. That's where she is. So, actually, she's quiet now. She was snoring really loud earlier, but now she's totally silent. So, that's pretty good. She must be really tired. She was running all over the house last night, and she was up so early, squeaking her freaking toy in my ear, like Blake loves to sleep with the dog. Like, he loves the dog in our bed. And I do every so often, but sometimes I'm like, yo, this dog cannot be in the bed right now because I need to sleep because she's insane. She gets so crazy, and I love her, but she's like, she's crazy. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Crazy dog. Let's see. All right. How do you stay firm and strict on eating healthy and exercising? I am probably the last person you want to be asking this question. I am not strict and firm on eating healthy because it's hard. It's really, really hard. It's all about habits and just making sure you get in the habit. I was really healthy for a really long time, and the only way it worked for me was when I took the moderation thing out of the equation. A lot of people will say, oh, you can have anything in moderation, and I can't have anything in moderation. That does not work for me, because if I have a bite of something I really want, it's so hard for me to not eat the rest of that thing. So I just don't have like the willpower for that. I don't have the right personality, I think, when it comes to moderation. So I think finding something that works for you and just being consistent with that thing is the key to living a healthy life, really. And the biggest, that's pretty much all I can say about that. That's the thing. Like, you just have to do one thing, and if you like that thing enough, make a habit out of doing that thing. And I think that's true of anything in life. If you could only use 2 makeup brands, where'd it go? Oh, if you could only use 2 makeup brands for the rest of your life, which ones would you pick and what products? I really love NYX. I love NYX products. I love their lip creams. I love their eyeshadows. I love NYX. And I love NYX because it's affordable. Like, that's a good, decent drugstore brand. So one of them would definitely be NYX. I love NYX. Another one, okay, so NYX, and of the NYX products, I would probably pick any of their lip products. They have incredible lip products. I love their soft matte lip creams. I have a few of their butter glosses that I'm obsessed with, and I love their lip liners too. I love them. I love NYX. NYX is a great brand. And let's see, another makeup brand. I would probably choose something more high-end, except for the fact that I haven't experimented enough with high-end brands because I can't afford to just get high-end brands very often. So of the high-end brands that I've used, I do love MAC eyeshadows. I've never used their face products, though, so I'm not sure if that would be the one I would choose. Something with really good face products, too. Tarte has really good stuff. I love Tarte's Amazonian Clay foundation. That's a really awesome foundation. I love the feeling it gives on your skin, and that's the one that's kind of like all natural and stuff. That the brand I meant, not the products necessarily, but they're kind of like more natural based, I guess is what I was saying. So I wish I'd tried out more of their products, though. I'm going to just go with NYX for now because I haven't experimented enough. Let's see. Another question. Becca Lay asks, how much would you say the average amount would be to move from state to state in the Air Force? That's another one of those things. It really depends on how much stuff you have, and it depends on what states you're moving to and from, and it depends on a lot of things, really. I think the biggest expenses would come if you were moving out of like the country, but and that would mostly be like airfare and stuff like that. But that's the kind of stuff that's like it's reimbursed to you if you're actually moving as a part of the military. Like if you or your husband or wife or whoever gets military orders to move out of state, it's kind of covered. For us, when we moved from Washington, we did have to pay out of pocket originally, but then it was back paid to us. But I know that you can pay like with a military like card. Like Blake has a, it's like a credit card, and it's like the military's credit card, and he has one on him that's like, if I have to pay for something that's technically for the military, I can use this card. So I know that you can use something like that for your expenses and stuff, but I don't really know how that works. So I can't give you that advice. But I can say that, let's see, how much did it cost us out of pocket to move? When we moved from Washington to Nevada, I thought that was a big bug on the wall, but it's not. When we moved from Washington to Nevada, it probably cost us, how much did it cost us? Honestly, it wasn't that bad. Like, I don't think it was that bad. We put all of our things in our Kia. Like, our Kia fit every single belonging that we had. And if you guys have seen the Kia, if you watch the vlogs and you've seen the Kia, we managed to fit all of our belongings in the little Kia. So that's pretty impressive. So we didn't rent a U-Haul or anything like that. So we didn't have to pay for huge amounts of shipping prices or anything like that for our stuff because it was all in the back of our car. We only paid for hotel stuff and gas and food, and that's pretty much it. And so it just depends. It really depends. I can't give you an amount, unfortunately. Have you tried Makeup Geek Cosmetics? I have not. I want to try their eyeshadows so badly. I'm obsessed with the colors that she has, and I haven't gotten them yet. And I don't really have even a good reason why I haven't gotten them. I haven't. I haven't gotten paid for my job recently, so that's what I need to do. I'm gonna get paid next week, and then I may be buying some eyeshadows from them because Makeup Geek eyeshadows are like the most gorgeous thing I have ever seen, and I need them in my life. If you know what I'm saying. Oh. Oh my goodness. I've never heard of that. The high-end makeup swap, sales and swap. I'll have to check that out. Because I don't really mind, maybe that's kind of gross, but I don't really mind like some used things. I don't really care. If somebody's only used a product like twice, I don't care. So maybe I'll have to check that out. Okay, let me see. Refresh. Oh, I've been on here for like an hour already. That's kind of crazy. Okay. Pulling up everything. All right. I'm trying to think of when I should probably hop off of here. I have this bump. I'm probably going to get going in about 15 minutes, only because I don't have a good reason. I just want to watch Netflix. And I want to watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians. That is my guilty pleasure. I've been watching it for like, I don't know, like 3 days on and off. Just, maybe that's really stupid, but I need to like catch up with it. So that's what I'm going to be doing. I have to start thinking about dinner. I don't know what to make for dinner tonight. I'll probably have to have some sort of vegetable. Because I haven't had veggies in a while. That's one of those messed up things that, I don't know. I'm really bad with consistently eating healthy foods. I'm glad you guys brought that up because I'm not a healthy person. I wish I was, but I don't know. I'm just not. Plus, we just had Blake's birthday, and there's a cake in my fridge right now, and I can't bring myself to throw the cake away. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like I have to eat it because I made it, and it's delicious. And I would feel so bad throwing it out, but at the same time, I know that cake is doing nothing for me. Life struggles is what this is. That is what's happening right now. Oh, got something in my eye. No, I don't. It's just my contact. Probably look really crazy right now. Oh my gosh. Ugh. I'm gonna have to take my pics out here in a minute. They're driving me insane, and I feel like I have mascara all over my eyes. It's just one of those days. It's just one of those days. I did a lot of work this morning, and my brain is like melted. I studied a little bit too. I have a test next week that I have to be ready for, so I have to pass that test. That's what I should do tonight. I should probably study, but at the same time it's Friday, and I'm like, oh, I just want to not do anything. And I cleaned up everything the other day. It's so clean in here. I don't know. Life is good. Do you have favorite apps? Ooh, do I have favorite apps? I do have favorite apps. You know what one of my most favorite apps in the entire world is? It's called Sleep Cycle. I'll pull it up for you. This is what it looks like, Sleep Cycle. And it's amazing because it's an alarm clock. So my alarm is literally set for 9:30 right now. And when I set my alarm, it says it'll wake me up between 9 o'clock and 9:30. And what Sleep Cycle does is you have to keep it plugged in, first of all. But you just press the start button, and you can record, like, these are things that I did today. So, like, if you worked out today, you can kind of record that stuff, and I'll just press OK. It also reminds you to keep the charger connected. Mine currently is not, which is why it's telling me this. But press the OK button. This is what the alarm clock actually looks like. You lay it face down and, like, kind of off to the side on the corner of your bed. And it measures the accelerometer in the phone when you, like, are moving around and sleeping. It measures when you're in REM sleep. It measures when you're in your lightest phase of sleep, because everybody goes through sleep phases. They start with, like, phase 1 is like you're pretty much awake. Phase 2, a little bit deeper sleep. Phase 3 is even deeper, and phase 4 is like the deepest of deep sleep, where you're basically dead. And then it comes back up, and then it goes back down again. And you go through these cycles every single night. And this measures these cycles for you, and it wakes you up very gently when you're in your lightest phase of sleep. Because when you're in your deepest phase of sleep, you're not moving very much at all. And so it kind of picks that up in the phone. Because the phone isn't moving. So when you're in your deepest phase of sleep, it registers to the phone that you're in deep sleep. I should probably not wake you up right then. And traditional alarm clocks, when it's like really annoying and it just wakes you up whenever it wants to at a specific time every day, sometimes it can wake you up when you're in that deep phase of sleep, and that's when you wake up and you feel like death. If you've ever woken up to your alarm clock and you just feel like you're, like, sickly, like it's awful, you feel like you've gotten hit by a bus, and a lot of that is because your alarm clock probably woke you up when you're in your deepest phase of sleep. So this app measures your sleep cycles based off of the movements in your bed, and when you're moving around a whole lot, you're probably in your lighter phase of sleep. So your alarm clock, Sleep Cycle, will wake you up when you're in the lightest phase of sleep. So you wake up and you feel refreshed, and it's actually amazing. This is like, I think it was $1. I don't think it's free, but it was the best $1 I've ever spent on this phone ever. This was one of the first apps I've ever gotten, and it's still the app that I use all the time. So that's pretty good. And also, it records everything so you can see, like, your sleep days. So, for example, that's how my sleep was Wednesday, August 13th to the 14th. So, pretty cool. And then, like, keeps going on and on and on. That was a nap. But you can kind of see how it works. I think it's so cool. I totally recommend this app. It's an amazing app. So, Sleep Cycle, get it. It's awesome. Also, listen to the sounds. This is what I wake up to every morning. Listen. Isn't that so relaxing to wake up to? I don't even know where the microphone is on this computer, so I don't know if you can hear it. But it's called Warm Breeze. It's so gentle. So, I don't know. I can't say enough good things about this app. That was a good question. What's your favorite app? It's that app. That is my all-time favorite app. It's like a utilities app too, but whatever. Yes, Sleep Cycle is amazing. It's amazing. I love it. Okay, somebody asked me a question on Instagram. Hey, hang on. Okay. My husband is getting stationed in Tacoma, Washington after tech school. We wanted to get stationed there so bad because it's home. Do you have a favorite restaurant that you would recommend? Ooh. Restaurants in Tacoma. I'm going to pull up my map here really quick. I've been through that area a bit. We would drive through Tacoma all the time when we didn't want to take the ferry to Seattle. Because how it was, this is like the map of Washington. So we lived on like the peninsula right here. Seattle's like right here. So we would have to drive all the way like over here to take a ferry boat to Seattle. Or we could just drive through Tacoma and go to Seattle. So we would drive through Tacoma all the time. But stopping there and getting food was not something we did super often. I had a friend who went to a university there. She went to UPS, University of Puget Sound. Yeah, University of Puget Sound is in Tacoma, and very cool school. And I would drive down there all the time and just like hang out with her. And we ordered pizza and stuff. Like, we're lame. So I'm not the best person to ask about restaurants in Tacoma, but it's like home, you know? Like, I love it there. It's the closest base we could have gotten to home, and there's no way Blake can be stationed there, unfortunately. But I don't know. It's home. I miss the rain. I miss the drizzle. I miss the green. I miss the green so much. Oh my God, the green. I can give you, hold on, Instagram is refreshing again. Or anywhere near that, it doesn't have to be there exactly. Seattle restaurants that are really good. I really like Wild Ginger is a really good restaurant. It's an expensive restaurant, but it's a really good restaurant. It's like Asian infusion food that's amazing. Hold up. Okay. It's expensive, but Wild Ginger is amazing. That's in like downtown Seattle. Another good one in downtown Seattle is the Metropolitan Grill is really, really good. That is on, I think it's First and Marion Street. It's like right downtown Seattle as well. The night Blake went to MEPS, was that what it was? Yeah, the night that Blake went to MEPS, the night before he went to basic training, we went to the Metropolitan Grill with his dad and like all of our friends, and that's a steakhouse, and I have never in my life had a better steak than I did at the Metropolitan Grill. It was incredible. Also very expensive, but holy cow, I dream of that steak. I still have dreams of that steak, and it was almost 2 years ago. It's amazing. So, so, so good. Pink Curly Top asked, how is Blake liking his new phone? Have you had enough time to play with it? I've played with it a little bit. He has this like, oh, I'm dropping my phone at the same time. He has this like screen protector on it that, well, it's not really a screen protector. It's like a booklet almost, except it opens backwards. So for example, like this is the front of the iPhone. If this was a book, it would open like this. But his opens like this. So that's kind of trippy. And also what is it? There was something that's on the bottom that is unusual. Oh, the jack to like listen to headphones and stuff is at the bottom, which is different than what I'm used to on the phone. So that's kind of different. It's nice, but I haven't really played with it a whole lot. So there's that. I'm like thinking about restaurants now back home. Oh my God. People are probably going to give me crap for this, but I really like Ivar's seafood back home, only because it's like what I grew up eating. There's an Ivar's restaurant right downtown Seattle on the waterfront by the ferry dock, which is also why we were there all the time, because we'd have to take the ferry back and forth. And that fish is just so good. Like, it's probably not very good objectively speaking, but it's like, it tastes like home. Like, you know how you crave McDonald's French fries, and objectively, McDonald's is not very good. Like, their burgers are not very good. Their fries are like meh. but then you just get cravings, and it's like, I need McDonald's French fries in my life. That's what Ivar's is like, and it's awesome. There's also like little hole-in-the-wall places in Pike Place. Pike Place is busy all the time, but I just miss home. I just like thinking about it. Anyway. Oh, there's also back home. If you're being stationed at McCord, it's like between Olympia and Tacoma. And if you go down, if you like have like a long day or whatever, if you go down I-5, Interstate 5 to Chehalis, they have Burgerville there, and Burgerville is like fast food, but it's like the most amazing fast food in your entire life because they use local ingredients, and it's all real food. Like it's like real grass-fed beef and like Tillamook cheese, and it's just so good, so good. And yeah, so you have to go to Chehalis for that, which is kind of a bummer because it's far away, but I've made that drive before. It's no big deal. I kind of want to make the drive. We have no Chick-fil-A's here, and I had Chick-fil-A for the first time when we went out to California for our anniversary. My contact is like really messing up, but we went out to Chick-fil-A for the first time in California for our anniversary. Not for our anniversary. We didn't go to, but it was on the way. So we stopped at Chick-fil-A. We got some food. There's no Chick-fil-A in Nevada. And sometimes I'll just get Chick-fil-A cravings now. And it's in, like, the nearest one is in Utah. It's like a 2-hour drive. And it's like, I could make that drive for Chick-fil-A. I could totally do that right now. So I know Blake, if he comes home early, he's not going to want to do any of that. But if he came home, oh, actually, they probably close. I was going to say, if he came home and wanted to get Chick-fil-A and wouldn't mind driving 2 hours to do it, I'd make that road trip. Okay, sorry, I read something funny on Twitter. What? I don't know if you guys follow Brian Lanning on Twitter. He's also a vlogger here on YouTube. He's in Seattle for Vlogger Fair, and he just tweeted and said, "Seattle people are so friendly." And I'm just sitting here like, really? Because I'm pretty sure we're like Seattleites are known for being like the most cold people in the entire world. But oh well, whatever. Oh my goodness, itchy eyes. Okay, I told you guys a little while ago that I was going to stay on for 15 minutes, so I think it's been 15 minutes. I have to make myself some food here because it's dinner time, and so I'm going to get going. So I might hop on later when Blake is home if we're feeling bored, but I'm not really sure what we're going to do because his coworker said we might go out and do something, so I'm not really sure. We're just going to have to see. So I had lots of fun. I hope you guys had fun here, and we're going to be doing this soon because I love live chats. So I'll talk to you guys all very, very soon. Bye!